Nithyanandam Paramashuvoham Kevalam Jnanamurtam Dandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, Nithyananda, all of you.
Nithyananda.
So we just had the power manifestation. So hope all of you have taken part and enjoyed the power manifestation. You can share your experience as well of the darshan and the power manifestation. Meanwhile, we'd like to welcome all the participants. So Nityanandam, Ma Nityananda, Ma Stephanie Daters, Nityanandam, Loki Aya Nityanandam, Ma Sangananda, Nityanandam. Requesting all of you to be available in the camera. We also have the camera, KAILASA Toronto. Please fix your camera. Maybe it's showing the roof.
Or the floor.
Or the floor, yeah.
Something. Also, Ma Ling Ling Du, Ma Agora Sarupini is joining Nithyanandam. Ma Trinitrikananda, Ma Teresa, Nithyanandam, Ma Mahabhairavan Yana Sarupini, Maritya Sangha Shaktini, Wang Han Yu, Nitya Shulini Durga, Xiao Yu Huang, and Wing Jizin. Yet to join the camera. Thank you for joining Nithyanandam, everyone.
Yes, Nithyanandam, all of you. All right. So with this powerful darshan and the power manifestation, today we are having the sessions on the Gangadhara Murthy, the way to manifest, move or transform yourself from subconscious to superconsciousness. So we already have a revelation by Swamiji on the superconsciousness. In this revelation by Swamiji, there'll be questions by the participants. Even if you have any questions regarding this whole day of the Paramashivoham, about this superconsciousness, what is superconscious happening? These questions will get answered in this session. So make sure that you have a notebook with you. You can write down the powerful clicks that Swamiji is revealing. So let's come to the space of listening as we enter into this revelation by Swamiji. And as it's a question answer, make sure listen to it every question, because these are the very questions from the participants.
Anybody, not only spiritual masters, anybody who happened on this planet Earth, any intelligent man, any person with wisdom happened on this planet Earth, if you see his teachings, if you read his words, either directly or indirectly, he will be saying the same thing. Infuse consciousness into your decision-making zone. Infusing awareness into the DQ zone is the ultimate teaching. Nothing more can be said. Nothing can be removed from this one teaching. All meditation, all spirituality, all techniques, everything is nothing but this one line. Infusing awareness into your DQ zone. Over. There is a mysterious zone in which your decisions are made. If you can infuse a little bit of awareness, that's enough. You are already spiritual. You are becoming Buddha. Now, what is the way? We all know infusing awareness into your DQ zone is necessary. How to do it? How to do? A simple thing. Understand these three things. Whatever way your body moves, try to be inside your boundary. Try to be inside your boundary, wherever you are sitting. Just be inside your boundary. If you see your life, if you are in the house early morning, you are bothering about your office. If you are sitting in the office, you are bothering about the evening beach. If you are sitting in the beach, again you are thinking, when will I go back to house? One thing is sure, if you are here, you are not here. If you are here, you are not here. That has become a mental setup. So understand this first key. Just be where you are. Just be where you are. If you are here, please be here. That's the first key. Next thing, infuse awareness into your inhaling and exhaling as much as possible. Whenever you are sitting, relaxing, watching TV or driving, whatever you are doing, one thing is sure, you are breathing. Whatever you are doing, we are sure you are breathing. Why don't you infuse a little bit of awareness into your breathing? Why can't you infuse a little bit of awareness into your breathing? Whenever you remember, try to infuse awareness into your inhaling and exhaling. Third thing, bring awareness into the words which you are using with yourself. Try to bring awareness with words which you are using with yourself. Continuously you are using words towards yourself, what I call monologue. Try to bring a little bit of awareness into your monologue. Bring awareness to your inhaling and exhaling. Bring awareness to your monologue and live inside your boundary. Here ends your body and here the universe starts. Please live inside your boundary. If you can live inside your boundary, you will be liberated. Understand? Life is paradox. If you live inside your boundary, you will be liberated from the boundary consciousness. The moment you start living inside your boundary, you are Jivan Mukta. Please understand, Jivan Mukta does not mean, Jivan Mukta means in Sanskrit, we call a person who is liberated when he is living. A person who achieved the spiritual freedom when he is living in the body is called Jivan Mukta in Sanskrit. Liberated means, don't think you will have some special powers. Of course, special powers come when you are liberated, that is different. But liberated means the person who is living inside his boundary. If you start living inside your boundary and infuse a little bit of awareness to your inhaling and exhaling, whenever you remember, bring awareness to your monologue, inner chattering. Don't create guilt. If you forget for a few moments, don't bother. If you create guilt, again you will be creating conflict between buddhi and ego. No. Don't create conflict between TP and TQ. Don't create guilt. Whenever you remember, just infuse awareness to your inner chattering, to your inhaling and exhaling, and to your body language. Just be aware, be conscious of your body language, how you are holding yourself, how your body is moving, how you are living inside your being, and just be inside your boundary. So these three simple keys can completely liberate you from subconsciousness. It can transform your subconsciousness to superconsciousness. Now I will spend some time with your questions. Any question or discussion are welcome. Any comment. If you are not able to accept any of these words, you are welcome to open. Because whatever I said will be only in the head level. Only when you analyze with question answer and doubts, it can become, you can internalize it. It can become your treasure. Yes, please welcome. Sorry,
Is there a way to recognize a person who is super conscious?
He will be simply blissful. The person who is super conscious simply will be blissful. And one more thing, the question itself will disappear. I tell you, if you go and sit in front of a man who is super conscious, simply the question will disappear whether he is super conscious or not. You try your best to doubt him. Simply the root of the doubt will be shaken. The root of the doubt is logic. That will be slowly start slipping. Even without your awareness, without even your awareness, simply the pillars which holds your logic will fall. People ask me, Swamiji, should I accept you as a guru? I tell them, never do that mistake. You can't forget me. You will not be able to forget me. Simply I will be there in your thoughts, in your dreams, in your sleep. Then I am your guru. If that does not happen, please simply forget me and carry your life. Then there is something wrong with me, not with you. So if you are sitting in the presence of a super conscious being, if you see somebody who is super conscious, simply slowly this question itself will start melting. You try your best to doubt. I don't think he is super conscious. Let us see. Try your best to create more and more doubts. Simply the doubts will wither away. The doubts will not stand. That is the only technique. Nothing else can be done. Where your mind loses its control over your decisions. You will be just beyond your mind, beyond your logic, beyond your doubt. The conclusion will happen inside your system, inside your being. Then you can is super conscious. There is no other technique, no other scale, no other method, no other missionaries are invented to find the super conscious level. It's nothing but too much of TP and no TQ. You can help them, especially with the pain. I'll give you a simple technique. I've spoken about this in the discourse called Pain to Bliss. I'll give you a simple technique. How to infuse awareness into the places where you have pain or into your pains. Whether it is physical or emotional. Both can be healed when you infuse awareness. For example, you have a knee pain. Just relax and start searching in the zone where you have pain. Naturally, around this knee area, you will start feeling that pain. You will feel that pain. Now, drop the word pain. If you see your inner chattering, continuously in your monologue, in your inner chattering, you will be repeating the word pain, 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 without your awareness. Be a little aware and drop that word and see what is happening in that area. See a small child, if the kid sees something new, how he will look? With all curiosity, with all excitement, how he will look? Same way, look at the area where you have pain with all curiosity, without labeling it as a pain. Without using, first thing, drop the word pain. Don't use the word pain. Just see what is happening there. Some new feeling is there. What is that new feeling? Just see. And slowly you will see the area in which you felt the pain. Instead of the whole knee, it will slowly start shrinking. And instead of one small patch, it will come to one point. Suddenly you will see the whole pain disappears. Understand, I am not proposing a theory. I worked at least 10,000 people with this technique and it works. I worked with cancer patients. I worked with acute arthritis, the spondylitis, people who have got pain all over the body. Even with these patients, I work with this technique. It works miracles. And apart from me working, many of our disciple doctors, they work with this technique. They vouch for this technique. they give testimonial for this technique. Simple technique, infusing awareness into your boundary and your inner chattering. When you infuse awareness to your inner chattering, the word pain, just remove that word. It can be dropped. You will not be repeating it subconsciously, intensely and continuously. You will drop, please drop that word pain. That's the first thing. Means infusing consciousness to your inner chattering. Next thing, infuse awareness to your boundary. Live inside your boundary. Infuse awareness to the boundary where you have pain. And the third thing, you can do this also. Infusing awareness to your inhaling and exhaling at the time of meditation. These three things, if you can do, miracles happen. People come out of the physical pain and the sufferings. Now I will give you a small tips about this emotional pain. Again, infuse awareness to your inhaling and exhaling. All emotional pain is nothing but your inner chattering without awareness. Your monologue without awareness only leads to all emotional pain. If you can just infuse little bit of awareness and edit continuously your inner chattering. Actually, we don't do censor. That is the problem. We don't censor our inner chattering. We just release the whole thing. For example, if the whole movie is released as it is from the studio without editing, will anybody see? They have done shooting. The whole shooting is just released without editing. The same thing we are doing in our life. Whatever happens, we don't put enough awareness, time, consciousness, energy to do the editing process. That is why our life is a mess. If you just release a movie without editing, it will be just a mess. Same way, if you releasing your inner chattering is what is living. If you start living without editing your inner chattering, you will make your whole life as a mess. So just infuse little bit of awareness. Whenever you are in emotional pain, psychological pain, sit with yourself and start seeing your inner chattering, monologue. You will see that simple awareness itself heals you. It's a beautiful story. Not even a story, it's a real incident. One great king went to Buddha. He was sitting in front of a Buddha and he was simply shaking the legs like this, unconsciously. Suddenly Buddha looked at his, started staring the legs. The moment the Buddha gazed, the Buddha was staring, the Buddha started staring. King simply stopped the shaking. Automatically stopped the shaking. King asked Buddha, how can I stop my mind? Buddha said, the same technique. The moment you became aware, you stopped shaking. The shaking of the legs stopped the moment you became aware. Same way, the moment you became aware of your mind, it stops. The moment you become aware of your emotional pain, psychological suffering, it just gets healed. All you need is infusing awareness. As long as you are unaware, you are in subconscious level, you will have physical and psychological pains. The moment you infuse awareness, physical and psychological, both pains simply disappear, dissolve. You are not even solving, you are just dissolving. One request, before trying these techniques, please don't decide it will not work. That's my simple request. You see, when you come here, I don't demand faith. I don't say believe in me. I don't ask faith as a prerequisite. No. I don't ask believe in me. Same way, don't have negative faith. I neither ask you to have faith nor doubt. Don't have faith. And there is no need to have doubt. Just have a simple curiosity to try. Just like a scientist. You see, a real spirit of the science is trying to analyze, trying to work, trying to explore. Any hypothesis can be proposed. They'll try to explore. The curiosity or the capacity or the energy to explore is what I need when you work with these techniques. Spirituality also needs the same spirit. Same spirit which a real scientist has got. A real scientist will always be curious, will always be enthusiastic to explore different things, to work. Same way, just have that much of energy or courage to explore. Then you will see miracles will be happening in your being. You will be simply transformed. When you listen the techniques, it looks so simple. You think, no, this all will not work. Or if you feel it is too complicated, then you think, oh, it is too complicated, it will not work. So both the way, you come to conclusion before practicing. Please don't.
Swami, recently I did the mantra during meditation. A lot of thoughts are coming. How can I stop not coming?
What you are doing some mantra.
Yeah, I'm doing meditation. So when I'm doing
Meditation of which mantra? Which meditation technique?
I do mantra from Paramashivoham.
Do mantra from? Oh, I think, sorry.
A lot of thoughts are
No,
coming when I'm doing
ma. Any technique which is taken from some master, you should ask the advice, suggestion also from that same master. Because she wants you to grow in a particular way. So that is why she gave you some particular technique. It's a technique. When I give you some suggestion, naturally there is a possibility of disturbing you. So I don't know, ma, what I am saying. I should not give any suggestion. Suggestion or advice should be given only by that person. Because only she knows how much you have grown. You understand? See, now I can give you, I can simply give you some suggestion. But naturally, I do not know how much it will help you. Because only the person who designed the technique, you see, only the Ford company can release spare parts for Ford cars. Only the person who launched the product can release the spare parts also. Only he knows the repairing and maintenance methods. Same way, she gave you the technique. Now only she can give you the solution. And one more thing, you must follow only her solution. You should not, I request, don't follow my solution. Because my solutions are given to the people who are practicing my techniques. That's a understanding. Yes. Yes.
You have used two words to be infused in the PQ zone. Consciousness and spirit.
Please little more wide.
What is the difference? How does one know?
Sorry that I'm not able to hear because of the sound.
You use two words
Yes.
relating to infusion in the TQ zone, consciousness and spirit. What is the difference and how does one know which one is, what one is doing?
When you are working, it is called consciousness. When you are achieved, it is called spirit. That's all. When you are working, when you are trying to infuse consciousness, along with your consciousness, naturally few thoughts will be there. In the working time, it is called consciousness. When you are achieved, it is called spirit. It's like let me give you this small example. Consciousness is like a 18 karat gold. Spirit is like a 24 karat gold. That's all. And if you don't have any doubt, you can be sure you achieved that spirit. The work is over. If you are having doubts, but still you are working, then it is consciousness. That's all. Consciousness is the path. Spirit is the realization. We can say the superconscious can be called as a spirit. Consciousness is like a working. You are trying to move on the path. That's all. Yes. Give the mic.
I used to practice Vipassana meditation for a long time, and then you become very calm and blissful. And then I stopped, unfortunately, for some time. And then when I started again now, there's so many dark and sort of very depressed feel for some time. And I'm not able to get over that hump.
Oh, that's a nice question. Actually, if you have suppressed a lot of emotions and do Vipassana, you will have this feeling. Whatever you have suppressed, your suppression, depression, everything will come up. The best way, before doing this technique, start doing some catharsis. Either do some loud, the Glaslolia, which we call Manipura meditation. Glaslolia means just shouting in the language which you don't know. For 5 minutes, just start screaming. You may feel funny, but when you do it, you will understand all your suppressed emotions will be simply cleansed. I always make people to do this technique in my meditation camp. In our meditation camp, the first we do is catharsis. Throw away whatever you have. See, once all the garbages are taken out, simply meditation happens to you. I will not force sanity upon you. Once the insanity is pulled out, sanity happens to you. Simply the sanity blossoms in you. Simply it happens. So before doing the Vipassana, for a few minutes, for 5 to 10 minutes, if you can just blabber or start screaming, just loud noise, do something like this, nonsensical. You will see, simply your whole mind and body settles into the meditation without falling into depression. You will vomit everything out.
Namaskaram, Swamiji. First, I would like to talk in my language so I can express my emotions. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் நீங்கள் திருப்பி வந்ததுக்கு. உங்களை இந்தியாவில் பார்க்கணுன்னு ட்ரை பண்ணி தான் முடியல. ஸோ மனசில் உங்களை திருப்பி பார்க்கணுன்னு என்னமோ தெரியல. திருப்பி இப்போ நாங்கள் ஊர்லேருந்து வந்திருக்கோம். நீங்கள் கரெக்டாக வந்துட்டு சாப்பிட்டு எனக்கு வந்து மெயில் பண்ணேன். Last time when I attended the discourse in the temple, I had so many questions. I didn't want to ask. Some questions were kind of, I felt silly and I was kind of shy. But this time when I attended the discourse, you're
actually, I always tell people who feel shy to ask questions. You see, why do you feel shy? If you ask, you think you will look like a fool. Everyone will be looking at you. You will look like a fool. If you ask, you will look like a fool. You may look like a fool. If you don't, you will be a fool. Whether to look like a fool or be a fool is our decision. So it's always better to spell out. If we don't ask, we will be a fool. If we ask, at least we will only look like a fool. We will not be a fool. We will have the answer. Okay.
But this time, most of the things which you're explaining now, it's it's clarifying everything which I heard in the temple. So I'm a slow listener and probably slow in grasping.
Actually, this is the science of the whole thing. This is the science based on meditation techniques are created. This is the science based, You can create meditation techniques. This is the master key for all the meditation techniques. Meditation techniques are the master keys. This is the master key of the master keys.
I did notice a difference in me after I met you last time. My actions changed. Probably more awareness came. I'm a lot more or less, before I was very hyper. I think I'm in the medium scale. Maybe I have to bring down myself. Probably by the time I meet you next time, I'm going to be a different human being. So
That's nice.
So, as for now, I'm like so joyful. I have no question.
That is nice. The very conscious decision, by that time I'll meet you next time, I'll be a different person, is more than enough to have that shift or the transformation. We don't respect the power of our conscious decision. Actually, first of all, we don't respect ourselves. Where is the question of conscious decision? We don't respect, we don't think ourselves as an entity. That is why nobody else also thinks ourselves as an entity. Because we don't think ourselves as an entity, others also don't think ourselves as a solid entity. That's the basic trouble. If you think your conscious decision is powerful, simply people will obey. People come and ask me, Swamiji, how to impress others, how to influence people. I tell them, first influence yourself. Integrate yourself. Believe that you can influence yourself and others. The moment you influence yourself, you integrate yourself, you will become such a power, such an energy. Simply people can't resist, they will follow you. Anybody whose consciousness has become a leader will simply start leading. Will simply start leading. Whatever profession you are, wherever you are, whether you are in business or a job or a doctor or a lawyer or anything, if your consciousness is a leader, you will simply lead. If your consciousness is a follower, even if you are in the CEO chair, you will be following somebody, imitating somebody. You will be imitating somebody. You will not be leader. Leader or the follower is based on consciousness. It is based on the state of your mind, not the status of your chair. Leader is a state, not status. Please be very clear. People who achieve the status without achieving the state never stayed in that status. Even if you are in the status, without the state, you will not be enjoying it. If you are in that state, the status will simply follow you. Even if you don't have the status, you will be enjoying your life. So it is necessary to achieve the state, then status. Status will simply follow you if you achieve the state. Yes.
Pranam Guruji. You mentioned about Patanjali. According to Patanjali, there are 8 sutras. One among them is meditation. It starts with yama, niyama, etc. Before attaining samadhi, you get at meditation, if I am not wrong.
Yes,
So
right.
can we directly enter into this zone, that is dhyana, without following yama, niyama,
That's a
etc.?
wonderful question. You see, even to practice yama niyama, you need certain integrity and energy, certain TQ, which is not there in the modern men today. The modern men, even that much of TQ is not there. Even to follow what your buddhi says, you need a TQ. See, modern men in this modern day society, man has become simply a schizophrenia. There is nobody who can be called as normal man. The normal level itself has become abnormal. Or the abnormal level has become normal. The abnormal level has become normal. That is why they say that in the medical terms, the border level. That border level. Huh? What do you call the medical way? Borderline. I heard one of our Dr. Devotee was telling me, Swami, that borderline sanity they call. People will look almost normal. They will walk and talk, do things almost normal. But once you go near, you are gone. So that's why they say before getting married, better to live with that person at least 6 months. You will come to know whether he's in the borderline or he's okay. So the borderline problem. The man, the abnormal level has become normal level. So all we need to do is immediately we need to do some meditation, infusing awareness, so that you can become man. Then you can go for practicing the yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. The 7 steps or the 8 steps. The 8th is the samadhi. It's not a step, it is achievement. 7 is the step. You can go for all these steps. But first we have to become man. For that itself you need to increase your TQ. Thank you.
With your presence, I feel that I've become graduated from the under KG level to the high school, and I want to be a college graduate with your techniques. And I'm so happy to see you again.
Again, the only one technique: increase the TQ. Increase the TQ. That's all. Actually, when you increase the TQ, that's the real Nidhi. Lakshmi means increasing the TQ. Lakshmi, the very word in Sanskrit, means increasing the TQ. When you increase the TQ, with the same house you feel more comfortable. With the same furnitures you feel more luxurious. With the same people you feel blissful. With the same situation you feel joyful. Actually, Lakshmi is added when you increase the TQ. Of course, because of your right decision making, wealth is also will be added. You will have a bigger car. The moment the TQ becomes big, your car will become big, your house will become big, your life will become big, everything will become big. Because of your decision making power, because of your clarity, that is true. Apart from that, your being, your Lakshmitva, the capacity to enjoy, the energy of the wealth consciousness. That is what the wealth consciousness will simply increase. Increasing the TQ is what I call creating affluence. Creating affluence is nothing but increasing your TQ.
Swami, we have been always taught that ego is something bad, that we should try to get rid of ego. But the way you explained, if there is sufficient TQ, the ego will let us make a good decision.
You see, if there is sufficient TQ, ego will disappear into Atman. Did you see a small diagram? Under that ego there is written a small diagram I put something called Atman. When the TQ is less, you are egoistic. When the TQ is more, there is no ego. Simply the ego disappears. Ego disappears. Only Atman shines. So it is all about TQ. I think it is time. We'll end the session. So I pray to the ultimate divine, the divine energy, the consciousness, eternal bliss which is in all your hearts. Let you all understand these great truths and let you practice and experience the eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Yes. Beautifully, Swamiji has answered various different questions on the superconscious happening. He shared one of the powerful techniques directly given by the Buddha as one person was sitting in front of him and just wiggling the foot unconsciously without noticing, and he just stared at the foot. And that simple act of awareness made him stop immediately. And when they asked, okay, how to stop the mind, how to stop the movement of the mind, same technique. Just bring intense awareness into your mind. And the thoughts, they will not rise because they don't rise by themselves. We are creating it. We are creating the mind. We are actively thinking. Swamiji has beautifully shared, the mind is not an object, it is an action, like walking, talking, singing. So if you can stop walking, if you can stop talking, why not stop thinking? And in that zone, that is when the higher possibilities are opening up, when the SuperConsciousness is tangible for all of us to experience. So let us just practice this very simple technique, just staring at our mind, just bringing the intense awareness. And yeah, that is basically what we also do when we do the untouching, bringing the intense awareness, being a witness without actively engaging. So we're now going to move to the next segment as Swamiji is leading us into the Vedic Renaissance, where all these greater possibilities and powers can be experienced, as we are experiencing with the power manifestation. For many of us, unfathomable, especially if we come from the West. Many other traditions and cultures, they might be more in tune with the higher possibilities and powers, but from personal experience, coming to India and seeing all the greater possibilities displayed by Swamiji and the Bala sons, and like power manifestation, so many different aspects of health and longevity, the different lifestyle choices. Swamiji is bringing the songs, and we have it through KAILASA. So let us listen to what Swamiji himself is sharing about Vedic Renaissance. If you have any clicks that you would like to share, please put them in the chat. We always love to read any comments also on YouTube. And with this, let's enter into the next segment with Swamiji.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. I'm the representative from the city. Today's subject is Vedic Renaissance. Vedic Renaissance. First, let us understand why the Vedic Renaissance should happen. Because this tradition, the Vedic tradition, again and again reminds you to achieve something in the inner world. It's like a constant reminder, constant inspiration to work on the inner world, to transform yourself, to experience the different space, different world. First time in the history of humanity, human beings are enjoying such a luxurious, comfortable life. The outer world luxury and outer world comfort, we have reached peak. The medical care or the outer world comforts or the communication or luxury, you just can't imagine what we have achieved Same way, just like how we are in the peak of luxury and comforts, we are in the peak of suffering and misery in the inner world. Humanity has never suffered so much in the inner world. The spiritual poverty, we call that as a spiritual poverty. We are living in a world which is experiencing spiritual poverty. Only Vedic Renaissance can fill the gap, can help the people to achieve peace and bliss. Only with the Vedic Renaissance, people will be able to experience even the comforts and luxuries we have created. Understand? Through the outer world, through the outer science, you may create a beautiful bed, but only with the Vedic system you will have deep sleep. You may create all possible luxurious things. You may create all comforts. To experience peace, to experience life, you need Vedic Renaissance. Somebody need to remind you. Somebody need to give you the experience that you are beyond this body, beyond this mind. You are beyond all the sufferings of the outer world. Your inner space is untouched by anything belongs to outer world. Only Vedic Renaissance can do that. Experiencing the spiritual truth, experiencing the inner world, experiencing your own consciousness can happen when the Vedic Renaissance happens inside you. Understand? When I say Vedic Renaissance, I am not telling you to go and change the whole world. No. Let the Vedic Renaissance happen in you first. First, we need to understand. First, we need to internalize. First, we need to transform our life. In Vedic tradition, we don't believe in conversion. We don't believe in going around and preaching. We believe more in practicing. We believe more in creating an intense vibration or the spiritual space, spiritual intensity. Vivekananda beautifully says, an ordinary teacher who is going around and meeting thousands of people will not be able to create such an intense energy like a person who is sitting in a cave and just radiating his enlightenment. Understand? Vedic Dharma is so courageous. It discourages even preaching. It says, let you achieve, let you radiate. Simply everything else will happen. For the renaissance of the Dharma, renaissance of the Vedic tradition, first you need to do, let you become a seeker. Let you understand what for you are living. See, when I use the word seeker, let me define the word properly. I mean, person who understands the outer world is not everything. Whoever has got the clarity, the outer world is not everything. Life is something more than the outer world. Whoever has got that clarity, whoever feels that life is something more than the outer world, life is something more than what you experience through your eyes and ears. Life is little more than what you experience through senses. Whoever understands, life is more than what you experience through your senses, you become seeker. you start seeking, which is beyond these five senses. You start seeking the truth. You start seeking something which is beyond your senses. In Sanskrit we call that mumukshutva, means start seeking something which is beyond your senses. Shankara, the great master, says, Manushyatva, Mumukshutva, Mahapurusha Sangama. Manushyatva, having human body. Mumukshutva, seeking towards the higher self. Mahapurusha Sangama, the experience with the enlightened being. Having the darshan or a touch of an enlightened being. All these three are very rare to achieve. After achieving all these three, if somebody is not enlightened, he is called fool. No other word. Because you have everything and you did not use it. There is no other word. Shankara says, all these three things are greatest things which can happen to any human being. Seeking. First thing, you need to start seeking. Once in a while, when you really feel the life is not under your control, understand? In a civilized society, especially living in a city, you are given a wrong impression by your mind, your life is under your control. I always tell people, go and live in Himalayas for some time. If you live in the Himalayas for some time, you will realize life is beyond your control. You will understand your life can't be controlled just by your logic. It is beyond your control. You will be reminded your logic is not the master. Your logic is not the master. But in these kind of societies, the cities, almost you are very clear about your routine. From morning till night, you know how you will walk, in which car you will use, where you will reach, what you will do, or what you will not do, and how you will come back, and what is your next routine. Even if there is a small accident, you know there is life insurance. There is insurance. Practically, your ego gives an idea, your logic teaches you, your logic gives you the sort of a feeling, your life is under your logic. Unconsciously you start believing your life is under your logic. That is why whenever some incident happens which is beyond your logic, which is not under your control, you are totally shaken. You are completely shaken. You are not able to handle. You don't know what to do. Either you fall in depression or you just suffer. You always expect, you always believe unconsciously that life is going to be only filled with the incidents which will be under your control, where your logic is going to play everything, where your logic is going to be a leader. Suddenly, when the truth is told to you, of course, life again and again reminds you the truth. Your life is beyond your logic, especially when somebody in your family or a friend circle dies, or some accident, means losing job or something. Suddenly you will see life is not under your control. Your logic is not the leader. Life is beyond your logic. Life is beyond you. You start seeking. Then you start seeking. Few intelligent people start seeking the law of life. Understand? You know law of the outer world. Whoever wants to understand the law of the inner world, we call that as a dharma. Dharma is the word we use. Law of the inner world means the law of cosmic energy. Whoever is trying to search, whoever is trying to seek, whoever is trying to understand the law of the inner world, he is called mumukshu. He is called seeker. First thing, you need to work, you need to start seeking towards the law of life, dharma. What is really dharma? What for the human birth is offered to me? What I am really supposed to achieve? These few questions are the basic need for Vedic Renaissance in you. Understand? If Vedic Renaissance happens in you all, that is more than enough. Don't bother how to create Vedic Renaissance in others. I have always seen people who are too busy in creating Vedic Renaissance in others will never allow that to happen in themselves. Because they are too busy looking at others, chiseling others, working on others. They forget that they need to work on themselves. They forget they need to work on their own being. Many people come and ask me, Swamiji, how should I express my gratitude to you? I feel I received so much. How can I help? I always tell people, just meditate. That's the best thing you will do for me. That's the greatest service you will do for me. People ask me, no. Should I do something for your mission? I tell them, first work towards enlightenment. That's the best thing you will do for my mission. People who try just to work for mission without working towards enlightenment, they will be the biggest problem creators. They will create only politics. They will create only politics. See, people who are not working towards their own enlightenment, who are just working for the mission or the public, they create all politics. They create all difficulties. They create all problems. If you start doing service without having enough of inner maturity, you will only create more problem for people. You will create trouble so that you can start serving. I have seen people first to create trouble, then start serving. See, unless you create trouble in the world, how will you serve? You will be jobless. So people who want to serve will create first problem. And same way I have seen the so-called teachers, just because they should start teaching, they will create the problems which does not exist. Which does not exist. I have seen the so-called teachers who themselves are not become enlightened, who start teaching. If a person is not enlightened and if he starts teaching, he will create more problem to society than what they have already. See, an enlightened person will live in a totally different way. Your logic or your mind will never be able to put that person in a frame. You can't put him in one frame. But with the teachers, you can always expect how they will behave, how they will be. And you can always expect, you can put them in one frame. So it is easy for your mind to believe teachers. It is difficult to trust masters. Because Master's first work will be shaking you. I always tell people, if you feel that you are totally shaken, whatever you believe, whatever your ideas you carry is shaken, be very clear that Master started showering his compassion on you, his grace on you. Only when he showers his grace, only when he showers his compassion, your whole being will be shaken. Your whole being will be transformed. First thing you need to understand for Vedic Renaissance is seeking. Let the seeking start happening inside you. The big problem with our mind, whenever you listen these great words, for a few days you will really cherish them. But again, slowly your old inner chattering will come back. Slowly your old mental setup will come back. When your old mental setup comes back, over. You are again running. The peer pressure or the society just makes you run. You are running towards a goal which is not going to give you fulfillment and which never makes you feel alive. I always tell people, great difficulty in a rat race is, even if you win, you are a rat. Even if you win, you are just a rat. Run, what for? You don't even know. Many times people tell me, no, to take care of basic needs. But once you know that you have enough of basic needs and all the things are taken care, after that you think you will stop? Now you are habituated for running. See, by that time you achieve everything to relax and enjoy. Now you are trained to worry. You are trained to run. If you stop running, you feel lonely. You feel something is missing. You feel something is seriously absent in your being. You feel something more needs to be added. Something needs to be achieved. The seeking is the basic quality. First thing for Vedic Renaissance. The next thing. Very important truths. Seeking which starts in you should not be just an emotion, should not be just a thought. It should be a deep understanding. Seeking plus understanding leads to transformation. Just seeking. See, if you are just a seeker, anybody can give you words. Anybody can sell words to you. And it can be used for anything. You can be used. When the understanding is added to the seeking, you will see you are more balanced. When I say understanding, please understand this word understanding very clearly. Because this word is a very important thing. Use only one scale to measure what you are taught is right or wrong. Whatever ideas you are taught by masters or books, does it add more and more honesty in you? Means truthfulness in you. Does it add more and more chit, consciousness in you? Does it make yourself more conscious, aware of all the inner happenings? Does it add more joy and bliss, ananda to you? Just use this one scale, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Are you becoming more and more honest, Sat, truthful? Are you becoming more and more Chit, aware, conscious? Are you becoming more and more Ananda, blissful by these teachings or the masters? This is what I call understanding. Please understand. Flood all the truth or message which you are receiving with this one idea. Are you becoming more and more intelligent? truthful. Only an intelligent person will be truthful in his life. Are you becoming more and more aware, Chit, of what is happening inside you? Are you becoming more and more blissful, Ananda? Understand? These three will always be together because the same energy, different names. Your being, the life which is inside your body, if it expresses through your head, intellect, it is called intelligence, Sat. If it expresses through your heart, it's called consciousness, awareness, Chit, compassion. If it just stays inside your being, it is called Ananda, bliss. Same energy, three different names. Just see, whatever you are learning, is it making all these three in your life? Then you are traveling in the right path. First seeking, then understanding. When the seeking and understanding is added, naturally you will start experiencing enlightenment. Do not think enlightenment is something which will happen in one moment. It will happen in one moment in the end, in a different way. But as on now, if you understand enlightenment as a gradual process, it will really help you. Enlightenment experience or the truth will be a sudden explosion, sudden experience. But as on now, if you understand that as a gradual process, you will be encouraged to move towards it, to work towards it. If you think of only the sudden enlightenment, that one flash, every chance you will fall in depression. People ask me, Swamiji, I did 2-day meditation, I did not become enlightened. God, I think he is waiting when you will close your eyes so that he can appear in front of you. I think he has got much better jobs. With the sudden enlightenment idea, we always have a problem of you getting depressed. But with the gradual progress, you will not feel depressed. You will be inspired to work more and more. Add this understanding. Are you becoming more and more intelligent, more and more aware, more and more blissful? These three will not be separate. It will be all always together. If these two things happens in you, the Vedic Renaissance is happening on the planet Earth. Understand, when you change, whole world will change. When your attitude towards yourself changes, you will attract different kind of people around you. Always our people come and tell me, Swamiji, all my friends left me after I started meditating. No, it's a big problem. Please understand, it's not that they left you, you left them. You don't have anything common. You don't have anything else to talk. I am successful in creating so many communities around the world. More than 1,000 people are living inside our communities. People ask me, Swamiji, how so many communities are getting created? I tell them, all we need to do is just create a real sincere seeking. Once you start really sincerely seeking, you will see that you are attracted towards a spiritual community and you attract a spiritual community around you. Automatically you attract a spiritual community around you. I always tell people, all I need to create a community is one sincere seeker. That's all. Only one sincere seeker in one city is enough to create a beautiful spiritual community. Because his seeking is so intense, he will attract that kind of people around him. Understand? When a seeker attracts the same kind of people around him, it will be such a beautiful, peaceful arrangement, peaceful community. No legal structure is necessary. No rules is necessary. No regulations is necessary. The whole thing will be so beautiful. The whole thing will be so clear. They will live in dharma. They will live in the natural law of life. Understand? The natural law is what we call dharma. When you all gather, you all just know. Simply you all feel, I think he will do that. He will do this. I will do that. Each one will stand and take charge of something. I call this as a dharmic administration. Administration through dharma. Administration through the natural law of life. Administration through the truth. Understand? The ancient Vedic tradition, in the ancient Gurukulam system, there was no community based on birth. It was purely based on the activity. A person who doesn't have anything else except his time, who shares his time, is called worker. A person who shares little products, he can create little products through his time. He creates some products, some jewelry or clothes, something, and sells. He shares the products. He is called Vaishya, seller, merchant, business community. A person who shares confidence on an ideology, who inspires people to stay together, who keeps the whole thing alive, who is father of the community, he is called Kshatriya, the warrior community, or the inspirers. Person who shares enlightenment, knowledge, leads the whole group towards the higher truth, he is called Brahmana, the saint. Understand? We did not create communities based on birth. The tradition created communities based on the activity. Person who shares his time is a worker. Person who shares some products is Vaishya. Person who shares courage and confidence is Kshatriya. Person who shares knowledge, enlightenment is Brahmana. This is the way our tradition was created. This is the way the Vedic system was created.
Yes. Beautifully, Swami. Vedic tradition has a completely different focus. Instead of trying to achieve the highest amount of wealth just for the sake of wealth, it is all consciousness centric. The lifestyle choices, the whole social, economical structure was built on consciousness. Swamiji shares, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So even wealth and pleasures, they are included, but they are integrated into the highest superconsciousness. So it is not about living a dull life withdrawn from the world. No, it is abundance, but centered on the highest superconsciousness and sharing that with everyone. So on this note, we have arrived at the end of this day of Paramashivoham. We thank all the participants for staying with us until the very end. If you have any remarks, any clicks that you would like to share, we're going to give a few more moments for all of you. And as always, we want to invite everyone to join us tomorrow, starting off from the very beginning.
Yes. So now let's bring our hands in. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyanandam. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda, everyone.